Right, welcome back to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another episode of Premier League Predictions, episode 29. And this time, I'm joined by Awais. He's come on the channel a few times. Well, I think I'll say that. Well, he was on it the other day, and then obviously
Luke QPR.
QPR, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
that one.
there you go. But his main team is Manchester City. Obviously, my second team is Liverpool. They're facing each other this weekend. So it's only right I get a Man City fan on. You know what I mean? So there you go. But how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good, mate. What about you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, mate. But yeah, obviously, you know, the usual people. We'll go through the previous round of games. We'll go through the table. We'll go through what the scores are of everyone that takes part. And then obviously we'll predict. So, yeah. And also what we'll do when it comes to the Man City Liverpool bit. And the good thing is that is the last game that we're going to be predicting. We'll do a combined 11. We'll do it based on form. So, yeah, and if we both disagree on one, we'll leave it down to you lot. So, yeah, make sure you're on commenting and stuff like that. Big up Issa, says sup. And big up Diego as well. He says afternoon all. Big up yourself, mate. So, yeah, let's get into it. So the first game we're going to talk about, obviously, like I said, last game week, a game I got 3 points from. I needed 3 points on predictions because, boy, as much as I'm top, people are coming closer and closer. And, yeah, I always had the feeling this was going to be a 2-0 victory for Liverpool, you know, coming back after international break. I knew we weren't always going to be, you know, I knew we was going to be rusty is the word I'm trying to look for. And, you know, it's one of them, isn't it? Like, Watford, even though they're crap, they're fighting for their lives. Like, let's be serious now. And, yeah, the actual game, Alisson yet again saves us. You know, he saved, I can't remember whose shot it was, but then we scored. We went on a counter and scored from it. Gomez, I thought he was exceptional and right back again. So that's back-to-back games for him. You know, Nottingham Forest, he was really good. And then obviously Watford, you know, brilliant ball in. That was like a Trent ball. That was to Jota, who, like I've said, since he's been to Liverpool, mate, he's just improved in the air, especially when it comes to heading ability. And it was a brilliant goal. It was a brilliant, well-worked goal. You know, Watford had a few chances, but I wouldn't say they overly phased us, if I'm being totally honest, other than that one-on-one. And then obviously going into the second half, penalty, clear penalty. You know, Jota's got taken out. You know, like rugby vibes around here. And then Fabinho, another calm and composed penalty. Like obviously we saw against Chelsea in the League Cup final how confident he was when he stepped up there. And this was another really good penalty into the top left corner. And yeah, 89th minute, game was done. But yeah, I don't think Watford overly phased us. And yeah, it's a sound win. It's a win we needed to keep the pressure on Manchester City. But yeah, Awais, did you get to see any of this game at all, mate?
Yeah, I actually watched the whole of this game.
Yeah, fair enough. It was the early kickoff, so yeah. There you go. It weren't at 3 o'clock, so it's difficult to watch. But yeah, what did you make of it?
I felt like Liverpool deserved it. I think, like, they obviously like Watford had that chance here with Kuchka went in on goal, and then obviously Alisson saved it.
Yeah, again, mate. How many times has he done that for Liverpool? Especially this
season. Many times, mate.
This season is getting quite ridiculous. Like the thing about Liverpool, I know a lot of Liverpool fans that are saying the same as me. We haven't even been overly, you know, convincing. We're just grinding out the results, and sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not going to play the best all the time, innit? You just need to win.
Especially the way we play, you know, with the way we're... What's the word I'm looking for? We're always... Well, not always, but, you know, we're just one of them teams that just works hard continuously. You know, we've got leaders all around the pitch that are just motivating our players to just do bits. You know, we can't... What's the word I'm looking for? We can't even play 50%, if you get what I mean. Because when you're a team of that caliber, with what we're trying to do, you have to be on job. You know, so like I said, I know we've been, you know, grinding out results and not overly playing good, but we still need him to grind them results. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
but I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish with what you were saying.
And then obviously up the other end, I don't know who crossed it, but it was a good cross. And then
Gomez, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Very similar
Gomez
to
crossed
Cross.
it to Jota. Then Jota got in before Foster and then directed in the goal. It was a good goal.
Yeah, brilliant. Like I said, I don't think Watford overly had a lot of chances, and then obviously the second goal penalty, rightly so penalty, been taken down, and he took it well. Fabinho, he's got the confidence, and he's a very good player. He's a very good
Yeah, it was
player.
a good finish.
It's been a few times he's had to step up and take penalties. Now Palace away as well to make the lead even higher in that game. A lot of people saying that weren't a penalty, but that's not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And then obviously, like I said, the one against Chelsea. So sound win we needed. And yeah, obviously, like I said, I got 3 points from this on the predictions, which I needed. Do you know what I mean? But let's get into some comments. Big up Alex. He says, "Wagwan boys, what you saying? Nothing
Yes,
much
Alex.
from you." Big up Wolf. He says, "Hey lads, big up yourself, mate. Long time no speak." He says, "I am no more moderator. I just made you moderator. Sorry again." Canada. Yeah, I know. I'm happy for them. Like, I'm not just saying it because you're Canadian. I actually am happy for them. I've been saying it for time. Especially players like Alphonso Davies. A quality player like that deserves to be playing at a World Cup. And obviously, I saw that he was doing a watch along on Twitch, and yeah, it's brilliant to see. It was brilliant to see. So that's what I'll say about that one. But as for a man of the match for this game, I'm probably going to give it to Gomez. I'm not going to lie. When the lineup comes out, I'll put it on my social medias because obviously I didn't do a watch along. I was like, hopefully Gomez performs like how he did against Forest. And he did. He did. With the criticism he's been getting from a lot of Liverpool fans, including myself, I have to be honest, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he really was. And you got to remember, right back's not even his main position. So fair play to him. Fair play to him. The cross was brilliant. Like I said, it was like a Trent cross. And yeah, I thought he'd done well defensively. There was a couple of times he gave, a few fouls away. But as I said, he's not a right back. And some of them he needed to do, bar one of them. Other than that, I thought he was sound. So that's who my man of the match is. But anything else you want to say about this game before we move on?
Liverpool just deserved the 3 points, really. They got the second goal came from that penalty. It was a penalty as well.
You can do,
good.
James, by the way. But yeah, exactly. Like you said, clear penalty. Like, we can't even argue about that.
Alfonso's good slot as well.
Yeah, exactly. Alfonso is from my hometown. Oh, that's mad. That's mad. First player from my area to play in the World Cup. Mad. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, because your group is pretty tough. But yeah, I don't mind Canada, to be fair. I definitely prefer them over America. I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, let's move on to the next game. Now, not an awful lot to say from this game. Brighton, I believe they haven't scored at home now since January or something mad like that. After the way they started this season, you wouldn't expect that, especially in this game. Taking on not a very good Norwich side at all. We know how they are, a yo-yo club. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Morpay had a penalty. He spooned it over. It was a terrible penalty. And nothing was going Brighton's way that game. Like, not with the officiating, just like with their chances going forward. They just couldn't finish anything. And Norwich, I think they had a few chances. Like, I can't really remember. It was 0-0. I just know Brighton had a lot of chances that they didn't put away. And I wouldn't say they're falling into the relegation battle, but they are falling down a little bit. Like, I think it's similar to Brentford in a way. Like, obviously, I know Brentford got that high-scoring win, but we'll get into that, where Brentford have seemed to drop off a little bit before that, but they won't be in the battle. You know what I mean? That's how I see it with Brighton as well. But yeah, did you see much of this game, mate? And also, actually, before you say, Tim Krul, he made some brilliant saves as well. I can't forget about that. He's a very good keeper. I've always rated
he is.
But yeah.
No, I didn't really see much of this game. I just knew Brighton had a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And then obviously they should have won this game. Should have won this one. Easily should have won this one.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with the chances they had. So yeah. Tyler, you got an update on Niall? Is he doing all right? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I talked to him. He's doing fine. He did say he was going to upload on the first, though, didn't he? Well, he said he's doing the United and Chelsea show. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he's all good, mate. Don't worry about that. Where is Kenny? That Pratt said Canada won't qualify. Yeah, well, mate, you got to find him, honestly. But yeah, next game, your team. You know what I'm saying? They went to Burnley, and I honestly thought it would be a very high-scoring victory for Man City. Now, what I will say is Man City, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure after international breaks, they don't usually tend to be a rampant sort of side, but they seem to get the results done. And yeah, you got the 2-0 victory in it. If I'm being honest, I thought you were pretty sound the whole game. I don't really think Burnley were much of a threat. If I'm being, that has no disrespect, but I just don't think they was. Obviously, you got the early goal, De Bruyne, very good strike. That was a brilliant goal. That was, you know, and Gundogan. Now, for me, they're very similar goals in the way, you know, you've got in, well, they've got into a position, then finished it.
Yeah.
And yeah, very good finishes. But obviously, you're the Man City fan, so I'll let you have your say overall of the game. How did you think, or what did you think of it? Sorry.
It was a good win by us. After international break, like I think we're on it now, man. We're on it. Like we just stepped up about 2 or 3 games. I mean that Burnley game, yeah, we just looked so comfortable. We could have scored a couple more goals, but we just looked so comfortable. I mean, obviously De Bruyne, as you mentioned, that first strike, that first goal, yeah, well, that was a belter. That was a proper belter, yeah.
Right.
Then,
showing his quality. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I think he's back to his best now. He's back to his best.
Yeah.
Last
and I remember
actually,
I went on Niall's channel a while ago. Sorry to interrupt you, but I got a lot of criticism when I was saying, "Oh, De Bruyne," like I put him in a high tier, and people were like, "Oh, he's barely played. How can you say that?" I was like, he's been injured, and most of the times he has played, he's done bits. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm wondering where them people are at. Like, no, real talk. I'm wondering where they're at. So that's what I will say. But yeah, as you said, he's back to his best, 100%.
And then Ilkay Gundogan, that goal was magnificent. Kevin De Bruyne to Raheem Sterling, yeah. Them two passes, yeah, they were so good. And then obviously Sterling going up that right wing, yeah. Then obviously Ilkay Gundogan has that instinct, yeah, to just arrive at the right time in it to just slot it home. Yeah. That's what he did last week as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And this is how mad your squad depth is, right? Gundogan was a regular starter last season.
Yeah, he was.
And now
definitely.
He's chilling on the bench half the time. Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous how good
your squad depth is.
However, what I will say about Liverpool, bringing in Diaz has made our squad depth look a madness as well.
Yeah, it has, definitely.
So, but yeah, City's is mental all over the park. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, mate, who would you give man of the match that game there? It's tough because you've got a lot of options, I'd say.
Man of the match.
You've got Gundogan, you've got Sterling.
I'd give it to... Sterling.
Yeah.
He's just magnificent. I'll tell you another player as well. Whoever mentioned, yeah, Nathan Ake.
Like, he did solid. Even though it was offside.
Solid.
Yeah, that clearance was mad. Yeah, true.
He was solid last week and he was solid midweek as well. He's sliding well.
I have to be real with the criticism he gets as well. You know, very impressive. Yeah, like I said, it was offside, but still, you know, if that's onside, boy, that's a brilliant clearance. You know, everyone's talking about that, especially in the Premier League. But yeah, definitely. Sean Dyche never ages. He is immortal. Yeah, trust me. Fun fact about him, actually, he actually played for Luton once.
Did he?
And he literally looked the same as he does now. It's mad. It is honestly mad. But yeah, he did. Manchester United is hot garbage right now. Jesus Christ, why do I support them? Yeah, we'll be getting into them. We'll be getting into every team, and obviously, me and Awais, both rivals with Man United. So there you go. That's going to be interesting. So yeah, there you go. You want to say anything else about that game? Obviously, it's your team. You know what I mean? I'll let you say what you got to say. But you, to be fair, you said it pretty well. So I don't really think there is.
We just got the job done really. Like obviously, like there would have been. We weren't really under pressure because obviously Liverpool had got the 3 points before. Then obviously they jumped to top of the league.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? We weren't really under pressure. We just went to Burnley and just got the job done. And then obviously we went top of the table then as well.
Yeah.
We didn't feel no pressure.
As you said, you needed to get it done. You know, if Liverpool going top, you needed to get it done. And I knew you was going to. So there you go. But yeah, moving on to the next game. Now, this was probably, well, not even probably, this was surprise of the weekend. Now, I honestly thought Chelsea would win comfortably. And that's no disrespect to Brentford. I just honestly thought, you know, they're at home. It's come out because this was the first game since all the madness with them maybe not having, you know, be able to fill out their ground and that. You know, I thought this was the game where, you know, they were announced they could and away fans and that could go. I thought it'd be a Chelsea win. And I said 2-0. But Rudiger, I have to be real, he did not deserve that after getting a goal like that. And I don't even overly like the guy. Like, I think he's quality, but he's a bit of a knobhead. You know what I mean? But what a strike that was. Surely you saw that goal. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, it was a magnificent goal. I think it was like 35 yards out. It was a proper good goal.
Let's just read this comment quick. That trophy behind you, Tyler. Sorry, I don't know what that is as a United fan. I mean, I think you do. You've won it the most, didn't you? You know what I mean? I have to be real. But anyway, at this current moment in time, you don't know what a new shiny one looks like. You know what I mean? But yeah, so obviously, yeah, like I said, I think that was Chelsea's longest range goal since it was either 2007 or 2009, which is just
remember where Frank Lampard, I think, scored against Hull. That was a long range goal as well.
Yeah, I think that might have been the last one. Sup, big up yourself. Eriksen is class, makes a big difference. Absolutely, we'll get into Brentford. Let's all laugh at Chelsea. Yeah, well. But yeah, anyway, so like I said about that happened. And yeah, I felt sorry for Rudiger. I can't lie, he didn't deserve that after. Obviously, Janelt got a goal. And the mad thing to think, yeah, this game ended 4-1, right? It was 0-0 at half-time.
Yeah.
Like, Janelt got a goal. And then, you know, very, very well taken goal. And then Eriksen. And you got to feel happy for him. You know, whoever you support. You know, of everything he had to go through in the Euros. It's brilliant to see. And like Diego says here, Eriksen is class and makes a big difference. He absolutely does, especially feeding the balls to their front three as well as scoring goals. Not their front three, sorry. What am I on about? Like Ivan Toney, Wissa, you know, them sort of ones. And then, yeah, like I said, so then Janelt scored again. And then Wissa to settle the game. Well, I think the game was done at 3-1, if I'm being honest. But to just make it even worse for Chelsea, Wissa, what a strike. This guy loves getting late goals. Do you know what I mean? He loves it. Obviously, West Ham away, he scored the late goal. Leicester, when they lost, did they lose that game? I can't even remember. But they didn't get the result they wanted. Like I said, this game as well. Liverpool, he did as well at Brentford's ground. So he loves doing it. And that was a brilliant finish. Right in front of the Brentford fans. And yeah, my cousin who was on here earlier, Come On UB's Brentford, he went to it. And he was loving it. Rightly so. And it's massive. I still think Chelsea will get third. However, it's massive for Brentford. But something I'd like to talk about, Ivan Toney. Now, I don't get this guy, right? He come out and said the stuff not once, twice. However, when he's playing for Brentford, he's showing passion. He's proper celebrating with the fans. Like, surely if you didn't want to be there, you wouldn't be doing that sort of stuff. You'd just be, say you score a goal or get an assist, whatever. You just get on with it. You know, you go back to the centre circle or whatever. You wouldn't be celebrating like how I don't know. Very weird player. In my opinion, it just doesn't make sense to me. But where do you stand with all that?
No, I think he's a good player. I actually think he's a good
I
player.
think he's a good player, but I just don't understand. Like,
I've not seen where he said he wants to leave and that. I've not seen that, but I do know he's
no,
got
he's not
bags of it.
not said he wants to leave. When he come out and said, so the first time it was F Brentford.
Yeah.
And then the second time, I don't know if you've seen the second one. A lot of people haven't. He was in a car. Some guy had the phone up right near him. He didn't know who he was. Well, in the video, I don't know if he was taking a mick or what. But it was like, what's your name? Ivan Toney went, Ivan Toney, obviously. He went, but the main bit was, who'd you play for? And he went, no one special.
Yeah, I've not seen that.
Yeah, as I said, a lot of people haven't. But it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how's he saying this? And then, like, one, it's disrespectful anyway. We all know that.
Yeah.
And two, the main thing I don't understand about him saying all this is he's showing passion. Do you know what I'm saying? He's showing passion when he's playing for Brentford. He needs to put respect on their name anyway. Like, if it weren't for them, he wouldn't even be in the Premier League now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know he got all the goals and that, but Brentford found him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where was he before? I don't even know. Like, yeah, it's disrespectful, but I don't understand it. My stepdad is home as well. But yeah, give me a second. And I'll get out to you quickly. But yeah, what I'll do while you're literally on your way then, we'll move on to the next game and hopefully you see your thoughts on it. But let's go through some comments. Diego says the Brentford away fans do turn out well. Yep, they brilliant. They did when they visited Marcelhurst. Yeah, it's mental. And I think Luton, bit off topic, but I think Luton are moving in a similar way to Brentford. Brentford, Brighton, them sort of clubs. I do think we're moving in that. We scout similarly. We're all aiming to do the same thing. So, yeah, that's what I will say. But yeah, Brentford, their support's been brilliant, but rightly so. Right, it should be. Like, let's be serious now. It's their first time in the Premier League. So that's what I will say. But yeah, credit to them. Massive win. But yeah, next game, did you see much of this? If you didn't, that's fine.
They're not really. I've just seen they're not really.
Just quickly, let me know when you're outside, like literally outside. But yeah, this game, what I will say about it, it was not bad for a 1-1. I was close on my prediction, actually. I said 2-2, so I was close. I got a point from it. But Jack Harrison with an early goal. Well, not really early. It was, the 30th minute. Now, Rafinha, to keep that ball on, fair play. Honestly,
I've seen that.
I didn't think he was getting to that at all. And to capitalise on the mistake by Southampton was brilliant. Very, very scrappy goal. Cheers for that, James. Very scrappy goal. But, they'll take it. They'll take it, especially with the predicament they're in. And then, it's one of them. I do think, what was his name? Melier made a really good save shortly after the goal on Shea Adams' shot. Shea Adams, a player I rate highly as well, even though he has dissed Luton before. I do rate him. I'm not going to lie. Very good save by Melier. Keeper I rate. He's not been good recently. But I think that comes down to the calamity at the back Leeds have had as well. But yeah, going into the second half, Ward-Prowse, man. Ward-Prowse. I think he's literally about to break Beckham's record for the most free kicks scored in the Premier League. I think he's like a goal off or something. He scored a free kick here, and it was just ridiculous. Melier got a touch, but not enough. And yeah, Ward-Prowse is a player I rate highly. For me, he should be going to the World Cup. Like, Southgate always picks him for these, games that are friendlies and that sort of thing. No, you need to be calling him up, mate. He's a set piece taker. I know we've got loads of them, but he's experienced. He's just brilliant, mate. He is honestly brilliant. And I wouldn't be frustrated at all if he was to be a starter at the World Cup. Not at all, mate. Seriously, he is quality. But yeah, you look at how the game went, and it probably deserved to be a draw. Another positive I will say from this game for Leeds is Calvin Phillips was back. Now, I don't rate him highly, but obviously I know he's done really well at Leeds. When it comes to England, I wouldn't start him. That's my opinion. But yeah, it's massive for them. Very good, CDM for them. As I say, he's been a good servant. And they need someone like that because obviously Bamford's been very unlucky with the injuries. And Calvin Phillips is, other than probably Bamford, and Rafinha was probably their best players last season. So, yeah, you look how it went, and Leeds will be annoyed that they didn't get the 3 points, especially if it being at home and Southampton's form not being overly great. But I think Southampton will take that, away from home, where Leeds, how hostile they can make the atmosphere. So, yeah, with the way the game went, I think it deserves to be a draw. But what do you see about it, Awais? I know you said you didn't see a lot, but would you make of it being a draw and that sort of thing?
Leeds, obviously, they should have took 3 points from this. I mean, it was a big, Southampton, obviously, you said they've not been on good form in it. I mean, Leeds should have took 3 points from this. They should have capitalised on.
Yeah, you look at it on paper. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But yeah, when you see how the game actually went, I would say a draw was fair enough. But I definitely hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Wood Parsons' free kick as well. Obviously, he knows how to. His free kicks are immense as well. Can't be giving free kicks to him.
Honestly.
The way free kicks to him.
Boy. Yeah, it's mental. It's mental. But we'll move on to the next game, which Midlands Derby. Now, my score prediction, I actually backed Villa. I think Leeds will stay up. I actually agree with that as well. But yeah, Wolves versus Villa ended up 2-1 to Wolves. And Villa were poor. They've been very poor recently, I think. Gerrard's having a bit of a downhill time, I would say, as much as the players. But yeah, Castro with an early goal. And it was quite unlucky. I did think from a Villa perspective, McGinn slipped and then Konsa, I believe it was, slipped. And just couldn't get the ball out, and then it fell out to Castro, and he put it in. And later on in the half, own goal by Ashley Young. Now I think that's quite funny because I don't like Ashley Young at all. Ever since he disrespected Drewsbury Hall, like, who are you? Like, mate, you're known for a bird in your mouth. You know what I mean? So less of that, mate. Less of that. But yeah, he got an own goal. And I honestly thought Wolves were just dominating him in the midfield, if I'm being honest. So Coutinho, he was not great this game. I didn't see much of him. The only time I saw him, he was on the floor complaining for a foul. I'm not even going to lie. I rate Coutinho. But this game, boy, the Wolves were dominating that midfield. And I think that's what, mainly got them the 3 points in this game. Going into the second half, and I would have been annoyed looking at how the game went. Obviously, I know I said 2-1 Villa, but looking at how the game went, if Villa got a result here, I'd have been annoyed because that penalty was never a penalty, in my opinion. If that's a foul on anyone, that's a foul on the keeper, not Ollie Watkins. So that's what I will say. Took the penalty well, that's what I will say. And then Villa had a chance at the end, but fluffed it, absolutely fluffed it. And yeah, the 3 points goes to Wolves, and it's sort of a derby, not the biggest derby in the Midlands, but it is bragging rights, same area, the Midlands. So yeah, Wolves will be very happy with that, and I think they needed a win, especially after what happened at Leeds. We already know my thoughts on that robbery. But yeah, did you see much of this game at all, mate?
No, not really. I just know that Wolves went 2-0 up, and then Aston Villa got 1 goal.
There you go. Just like that. Big up Dylan. He says big up to Tyler.
Yes, Dylan.
Big up yourself, mate. Wolves in a good shout for European football. They absolutely are, mate. They absolutely are. Actually. So last episode I was talking about people that could potentially get manager of the season for me. The Wolves manager. I forgot to put his name up there. Especially what happened with them, their Raul Patricio going. He was a major part of their team. Sarr, who's obviously their keeper now, we didn't really know how he was going to do. I think he's been brilliant every single game, bar Leeds. Thought on the first or second Leeds goal, can't remember what it was. He shouldn't come out like that. Like, it nearly cost him the first time when they hit the woodwork, and then he come out again. Like, what was he doing there? But other than that, he's been brilliant. He has been brilliant. And yeah, no one really knew how Wolves were going to be. A lot of people thought they'd go downhill a little bit, if I'm being honest. And so they've been brilliant. So I think their manager deserves a massive shout. Like I said, Eddie Howe with Newcastle, you can see they're starting to play their style of football that he wants them to, and they're starting to get results. Obviously, not Tottenham. We'll get into that. And who was the other one I said? Vieira.
He's looking very good, him.
A lot of people said he'd get relegated. Palace got a young squad. They didn't think he was going to do that great, and he's done madness. But we'll get into that when it comes to their game. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game. Boy. Oh boy. Now I did watch a bit of this, fully. Obviously, I was coming back from the Luton versus Millwall game. United, boy, oh boy, what is going on there? But before I get into the game, Bruno Lage done an incredible job at Wolves, exactly, considering they just lost Nuno, exactly, their greatest manager of the 21st century. Yeah, there you go. But this game, first off, can't really think of too much that happened. I can't remember. Dylan, obviously you're here, mate. If there was anything, let me know, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, going into the second half, obviously Iheanacho got a goal. Now, Drewsbury, mate. Drewsbury, the way he's developed, and I think a massive shout out deserves to go to Luton. Obviously, Leicester let us have him on loan, but I think the way we've made his confidence go up, and he's starting to be a regular for Leicester, whatever competition, is just brilliant. And he won the ball back, tackled Fernandez, played it to Maddison, and then Maddison played a wicked ball in to Iheanacho. David De Gea got a touch. It was a header, but not enough. And yeah, Leicester took the 1-0 lead. And then shortly after, James says I'm outside. All right, let me just talk about this last little bit and wait for Awais to come back. So yeah, obviously I don't want to leave it so no one's here. I'll let him say his thoughts. He most likely saw this. And then shortly after, literally 3 minutes after, Fred got a goal. Fred again. You know what I mean? And Dylan, I don't know if you're going to agree with me here, but in this predicament United are in, Fred's probably been one of the best players. Considering the criticism he gets as well, I think he has not done too bad, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I know this goal, is a rebound and that, but he done what he had to do. Who shot originally? I think it's a Fernandez shot. Schmeichel should have done better, in my opinion. Literally parried it out to Fred. Schmeichel, don't rate him. I think he's overrated. I think his distribution's terrible. I even know Leicester fans that'll tell you that. His shot stopping can be all right, but I just think he's got that name. Well, we all know he's got that name because of his dad, but I just think he's got that reputation, is the word I was looking for, because of his dad. So yeah, ended up 1-1. And then the talking point at the end was the Leicester goal getting disallowed. Rightly so. Varane was taken out. Well, not really taken out, just trying to slide in his DMs, you know what I mean? Slide in his legs instead, you know what I mean? It was a foul by Iheanacho, I believe it was. Maddison finished it off, but yeah, it was a right decision there by the referee. And yeah, just not really good from United. For this game, I thought United would edge it. I went with a 2-1, but yeah, it wasn't to be for them. Dylan says, shocking game. I was so disinterested. I'm not surprised. Diogo says, the Man United players were distracted by the online battle. Yeah, what's all that about? I'm seeing sort of some stuff about that, but I'm not really paying too much attention. Fred has been one of our best outfield players over the season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Passing is still horrific at times, but his intensity and breaking down play has been good. Yep, I'll totally agree with that one, mate. Brendan Rodgers.
Yo, sorry about that, mate.
No worries, mate. No worries. Brendan Rodgers is getting his injured players back now. Yeah, that's true. Wasn't Fofana playing in this game, if I'm correct? Actually, thinking about it, he did have a chance. Good save it was by De Gea. Even De Gea was like, boy, whoa, as if to say, how did I save that? You know what I mean? I think it's Fofana anyway. But yeah, Justin as well. Obviously, won a Luton zone. So yeah, there you go. But Awais, did you see much of this game at all, mate?
No, I only seen the chances.
Yeah, if you want to just talk about them quickly, I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it was a draw. Leicester. I felt like Leicester deserved the win. Man United weren't really great. Like they didn't deserve 3 points. Leicester just deserved the win. I think they should have got 3 points from this. Should have got 3 points.
Right, I'm back, mate. Back again. But yeah, let's get into some comments. As an honest City fan, oh my god.
Nah. No chance.
Oh, dear, he's taking a mick. But yeah, we'll move on from that game. Now, moving on to the Sunday games. Obviously, West Ham took on Everton. Now, I was close. Well, I got the outcome right. I said 1-0. I knew it'd be a narrow game, especially with the predicament Everton are in. West Ham, I wouldn't say have overly been great in recent weeks, if I'm being totally honest, especially not the levels of last season at all. But yeah, it ended up being a win for West Ham. Now, Cresswell, boy, obviously, you know, when he was younger, he was a Liverpool fan. Boy, what a free kick that was. And I loved the way he went right over to the Everton fans. I loved it, mate. I loved it. And yeah, that game was quite funny in a way, because there was moments where I saw the West Ham and Everton fans having a bit of beef, you know what I mean? There's Everton like, come over here, lad. You know what I mean? I could tell what he was saying with his Scouse accent. But yeah, what a free kick that was. And then obviously, you know, so it's 1-0 at half time. And then going into the second half, Holgate got a goal. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm salty or whatever you want to say, but it was like he hit it well, yeah, but it was quite lucky. Let's not take the mick now, you know, with the deflection. I think Fabianski would have had it. I'll be honest. I'm not saying he would have caught it, but I do think he would have a bit of that movement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, then literally shortly after, West Ham got another goal. Jared Bowen, mate. Jared Bowen just in the right place at the right time. Yet again, like Antonio, I don't really know what's going on with that guy, if I'm being totally honest, in recent games. It's just luck's not really falling his way, I'd say. You even saw it in the Europa League game yesterday when, I can't remember who it was, but they played a ball across to him. And yeah, like he just couldn't get onto it. He just couldn't get onto it. Honestly, I don't know what is going on with him. But yeah, obviously Antonio shot, bounced, keeper saved it, and then it bounced out to Bowen, who finished it off. And yeah, West Ham got the victory shortly after. Keane, 2 yellow cards. And that just made it even worse for Everton. But I do think out of the games they've lost recently, that was probably the best one they've done well in. If I'm being honest, I do think they were unlucky at times. Calvert-Lewin hit the bar, didn't he? But yeah, a win in which I expected. You know, it being at West Ham, I expected a win. It's as simple as that, especially with the predicament Everton are in. But yeah, did you see this game at all, mate?
I've seen bits of it. I've seen the way, like, West Ham deserved to win. They dominated the game. Deserved to win. Everton just, they've not been on it recently. I think they're going to go down as well.
Yeah, trust me, with the games they got coming up, and I think obviously we'll get into that game because it's the midweek game, but them losing to Burnley and all,
Yeah, they
with the
definitely go
position
down.
that Burnley have been in, boy, it's looking bad for them. But yeah, it's one of them. We'll get into that. Antonio is an isolated striker, so it's hard for him to link up. However, his hold-up play lately has been, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. And luck's just not falling in his way when it comes to scoring goals. And yes, I totally agree with this comment. Michael Keane is shambles. He is shambles. But yeah, West Ham, you need to look at it. And they needed to get a striker in January as well. Because we have to remember, Antonio's originally not even a striker, and he gets injured a lot. Do you know what I mean? Let's be serious. I know Yarmolenko can go up front, but it's one of them. As much as, obviously the stuff going on, he's done really well, scoring late goals for them. I just think that I know a lot of West Ham fans, when it comes to January, were just not happy I didn't get a striker. And I totally see why. So that's what we'll say. But we'll move on to the next game. Boy, oh boy. Now, I actually watched this game fully. I said 2-1. At least I got a point. But jeez, 5-1. 5-1 to Tottenham. Boy, when Harry Kane and Son are on job, Tottenham are dangerous. Tottenham are very dangerous. But the thing is, Newcastle took the lead as well.
Yeah, they did.
Fabian Schär, free kick. I thought Lloris should have saved it. But however, the idea of to go in that bottom right, very good. Especially caught the wall off guard. And he is a player I rate. I didn't know he took their free kicks. Obviously, Trippier would if he weren't injured. But, boy. And then shortly after that, Ben Davies scores a header. Brilliant ball in by Son. And, boy, after that, it just got peak. Another cross after the second half. Well, in the second half, sorry. Doherty finished it. Doherty, it's peak when Doherty scored for Tottenham. Let's not lie now. And then obviously Son got a goal, Emerson and Bergwijn. Now Bergwijn, I see a lot of Tottenham fans calling for him to start more. And I can see why. Every time he's played, he's looked like a threat, in my opinion. Obviously, this game is another example, come on and scored. He could have got a few. He could have probably even... this is how mad it is, right? He come on in... I don't know. It was like 15 minutes or something left. He could have got a hat-trick.
Yeah.
Like, boy... Honestly, he's a very good player. I do rate him. And that's the thing about Tottenham. When all their players are on job attacking-wise, they are a dangerous side. It's just, I do think their defence can let them down sometimes. As much as Eric Dyer, to be fair, he's not been bad this season, I don't think. At all. I'll be real, especially after last season, boy. But, yeah, did you see this game at all?
I saw bits of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Newcastle got the lead. And then obviously Tottenham just showed a statement, innit? Statement win.
Yeah, they got a win in which they were needed, to keep pressure on Arsenal. And then obviously we saw what happened with Arsenal. But we'll get into that. I think Duncan Ferguson should have been given the manager job at the beginning of the season at Everton. I mean, he didn't do bad. Did he, when he was on the thing last season? I just don't know as a whole manager for the whole season. I'm not too sure, but boy, I don't know. It's bad when Emerson Royale and Doherty are scoring against you. Exactly, Emerson Royale. I know Tottenham fans that think he has been poor, rightly so. But yeah, like I said, especially when Doherty's scoring, he was a beast at Wolves, but Tottenham not been overly great. Win for Newcastle United should secure Premier League survival, I reckon. It's just getting over that line. Yep, like I said, I think Eddie Howe deserves a massive shout for manager of the season. The way he's turned them around, got them playing the style of football he wants them to. So, yeah. Eric Dyer is a decent centre-back nowadays. Just his poor performances discredit him. Yeah, a lot of people said he deserved a shout for the recent England call-up. I mean, I don't argue with it, but what I will say is, my thoughts, don't really care. It's only friendlies. if certain players aren't picked for the actual thing, obviously it'll be different. But there you go. We'll move on to Monday Night Football. Boy, oh boy, another
This
game.
was a madness.
Yeah, another game I watched the whole game of. Boy, jeez. Now, I think score prediction, I said a famous old 1-0 to the Arsenal. But I knew it was always going to be tough, away at Selhurst Park. We know how they can create a great atmosphere. But boy, Vieira, he loves doing it. He loves doing it. You look at the other game as well. They probably deserved maybe more than 3 points when they drew 2-2 in the previous game. Like let's not even lie now. But yeah, this game, Mateta, early goal, set piece, poor defending from Arsenal. And then Ayew got a goal. Now, Ayew, brilliant to find that bit of space and finish it off. But why are Arsenal letting him have that much space, especially in the centre? Where the edge of the box is. What are you doing? And then, Zota, and then, boy, you can tell it weren't going Arsenal's way. Right? Defensively, they're poor, but offensively, you can tell it wasn't going to be their day either. You look at when Smith Rowe had that shot, it's cleared off the line. It just weren't going their way. And Nketiah's shot as well. I don't know if you saw that. Boy, now I don't even rate Nketiah, but boy, if he scored that, geez, that would have been nasty. That would have been nasty. But yeah, stuff like that, like I said, it just weren't going their way in that situation. And then obviously they give away a clumsy penalty, and Zaha was fouled, and then he scores the winning penalty. Just like that, and Palace get the 3 points. And Vieira, mate, like I said earlier, and said plenty of times, he is another manager that has got to be in manager of the season. Especially with what people were saying, like I said earlier, getting putting them in a relegation battle, saying, they've got young players that won't be able to do anything. Just like that, I'll be real. I didn't think relegation battle, but I didn't think he was gonna do, that great. I thought it'd be like in and around it, sort of. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like how Brighton are at the moment, sort of like that.
Definitely.
But yeah, fourth spot is between Conte, Moyes, and Ragnick. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, even Arteta. I know after that game, but still, the good thing for Arsenal is they've had a longer time to just focus on the league compared to Spurs. Obviously, Spurs got, that weird way of getting knocked out of Europe shortly after. And obviously, the others, West Ham, will want to focus on Europa League more, obviously. And United, the thing is, you look at the teams, and United probably have the best all-round team out of the teams going for the top four. It's just a manager thing. It's just a manager thing. That's how I see it. But obviously, Diego is a Palace fan. He says, we are Palace from Selhurst. You know what I mean? Mateta game is evolving really well. Yeah, I've been impressed with him this season, to be fair. Game by game, but when Ayew scored the second goal, I knew we had them on toast. Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be fair. I was actually watching some Arsenal fans react to it. And I totally agree with that. The Palace press was brilliant, and we were first to every second ball too. Yep, you was just really good. Arsenal had Tierney and Partey injured. Yep, Tierney's for the rest of the season. Is Partey as well? Not too sure, but I know they're both injured. But yeah, you got anything you want to say about this game?
That Mateta guy, he's actually obviously his hold up is good. Then his releasing of the ball, that sprung Palace into game, and then obviously they just took their chances. Arsenal were just their shit, basically their shit.
Yeah, they were, and like I said, they really needed to get a result here. Especially if Tottenham putting the pressure on. I honestly think it's out of Tottenham or Arsenal, and what I think it might come down to is the North London derby. Even though we know what Tottenham are like, Spursy, they could drop points somewhere else. But I do think it mainly comes down to that. Now, the reason I say that, obviously they're playing each other, and also Arsenal don't have a great record there in recent years. I don't think they've beat them there for a good few years, if I'm correct, at Tottenham's ground. So, boy, that one's going to be interesting. That one is going to be very interesting. So, there you go. We'll move on from that. Now, last game to talk about was obviously the midweek game, like I briefly mentioned earlier. Everton, man. Everton. Now, a lot of people think this is the game that has basically said they're going down. Do you know what I mean? And I can totally understand why people are saying that. Obviously, Burnley, the predicament they're in. I've said it for a while. Even where Burnley are, I still think they will stay up. They always find a way. Bringing in players like Weghorst as well, Cornet. Not very Burnley. Well, Weghorst sort of, but Cornet, not really a Burnley signing. And you look at what he's done. You look at what he's done, especially this game. Obviously, got the winning goal. But we'll start from the start. Collins, what a header! Typical Burnley goal, innit? From a set piece.
Yeah.
There you go, literally like that. And then Everton's both of their goals in this game were penalties. Both penalties, in my opinion. Richarlison took them well. Much I don't like the guy. So yeah, obviously that happened. They went 2-1 up, and everyone was thinking they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And then Rodriguez, who hasn't had a great season, if I'm being totally honest, compared to last season. A player I do rate very highly as well. He got a goal here and very good movement. It was, by him, caught Everton off guard. And then obviously Cornet right at the end, very similar goal, if I'm being honest, to the second goal. And it was madness. It was an absolute madness. The roar was crazy. And this is what you love about seeing some of the relegation battle games. How good they actually can be. Like, I was looking at the highlights just to cast my mind back to it. And boy, it's got like 1 million views. I mean, this is Burnley versus Everton. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
boy. But yeah, did you see much of this game at all?
I see we barely got a third goal, Cornet.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a brilliant goal. I think, and obviously Everton got a penalty as well. Yeah, they got a penalty to convert that. But
both
you can't
penalties.
you can't be losing to Burnley though. If you want to stay up in the Premier League, you can't be losing to Burnley. I think everything will go down now because look at the fixtures. Yeah, it's tough.
Exactly.
I think they're gonna go down.
What I was going to say.
Because obviously I think they got Man United next, didn't it?
Yeah,
it might be a draw on that. Might be a draw, but I can't see them staying up.
Yeah, they've still got to play. Excuse me, they've got to play Arsenal away last game this season, I think. And Arsenal last game this season always grind out a result. You look at also when they relegated Watford, Arsenal. And that a couple of years ago. They've still got to play Liverpool away at Anfield. Yeah, boy. When I'm not counting that 2-0 when they beat us. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Who cares? I mean, let's not take the mick now. You know what I mean? But yeah, boy, they're in trouble. They are in serious trouble. And it's mad to think, with the players they have. But the thing I don't get about them, right? I've said it plenty of times. You look at the other managers, right, that are in this relegation battle. They've got relegation experience, right?
Yeah.
They bring in Lampard, who's got no experience when it comes to that. Like, that is another thing I don't really get either. But I'm loving it, mate. I'm loving it. I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool fans go, oh, I don't want it to happen. No more Merseyside derby. I don't care. I don't care about a Merseyside derby. You know what I mean? United Liverpool is so much better. We should even say us lot.
Yeah,
but that's
exactly.
Not really, that's more. For the Premier League. But still,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, there we go. What comments I missed? Apparently, Sean Dyche told his players at half-time that Everton have forgotten to win. Second half, Burnley bossed it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's that sort of guy to say that. Have a good Easter. You too, mate. Big Sam is the best to get out of relegation situation. Yeah, me and my setup was talking, actually. We're saying they're surprised didn't get someone like that in. Not going to lie. So there you go. But yeah, that is all the games spoken about. You know what I'm saying? Shout out James in the background. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously now we'll go through the lineup. Not lineup, sorry. What am I on about? We'll go through the table. So yeah, let me just get that up. The table as it stands. Then we'll go through the points, and to all the people that aren't on here, I'll send it to them. But yeah, City top. Obviously, that win against Burnley put them back ahead by a point. Liverpool second, obviously 72. Chelsea third still. And that's another thing for Arsenal. I'm not, like I said, Chelsea will get third. But if Arsenal were to win that, that's a little bit of pressure on Chelsea. Tottenham fourth now, obviously on goal difference, same points as Arsenal. West Ham sixth, United seventh, Wolves eighth, Palace ninth, Leicester 10th, Villa 11th, Southampton 12th, Brighton 13th, Brentford 14th, Newcastle 15th, Leeds 16th, Everton 17th. So just above. Look at that. 1 point, mate. 1 point. Burnley have now went up a place. They were second bottom. And then Watford 19th and Norwich bottom. So there you go. That is the table as it stands. So yeah, obviously now it is time to go through the points. So this is the point, obviously, Awais. You are on this as well, mate. Kenny, just a quick one. If you're wondering where Kenny is, he has dropped out. He said to me he wants to drop out of the Premier League ones and focus on the Champions League ones and FA Cup. So I was like, fair enough. But this is the points. So I'm top. Got a lot of 1 points last week. The only 3 points I got was the Liverpool game, but I needed it because, boy, I was getting pressure on. Like, obviously, as you can see, Alex and Liam are joint second. Brad's on 111. Max is on 111 as well. So it's getting tight. It's getting tight near the top. Perry's on 104. Chris is on 109. Cop's on 33. He hadn't done it for a while. Daniel's on 107. Now, we have to big him up because, boy, he joined fairly late. To be on 107 points is a madness. Lewis on 84. Hayden on 39. Now, Hayden, big up yourself, but you say some mad predictions. I'm not going to lie. Awais, mate, you're on 15. I believe last week you didn't actually do it. I think you forgot to do it.
No, I always forget to do the prediction. That's it.
Well, it's good you're on here today, isn't it? There you go.
Yeah.
Harry's on 35. Robbie's on 48. Also, shout out to Robbie. He literally joined like 3 weeks ago. He's already on 48 points. It's a madness. And then Adam, who's been in it a couple of weeks, Luton fan, is on 6 points. He's been in it for like 2 weeks. So there you go. That is the points. Let me just remember to take a picture of it and send it to the people. Right, where is it? Quickly. If it wants to load. Anything. Oh yeah, a bit of breaking news. Well, I expected it anyway. Diaz is not going to be available for the game.
Is he not?
No.
That's massive for us.
No, as in your Diaz.
Oh,
Diaz is there. Don't you worry about that one. No, I already read that comment, didn't I? But yeah, that's the points. So let me just put Prem points as it stands. There you go. So yeah, let's get into predicting the weekend games coming up. And yeah, there's some tough games to predict. Like, there's loads. Obviously, this one tonight, Newcastle versus Wolves. Now, Newcastle, obviously, in this game will have the home advantage. Obviously, when St James's Park is rocking, it is a brilliant atmosphere. Taking on a Wolves side who, like I said earlier, needed that win against Villa. I thought they dominated the midfield, and that's mostly what won them the game. Newcastle here, I honestly don't know. I'm going to let you go first with the score prediction. It's a tough one for me.
I'm going to go 2-1 Wolves.
Yeah, 2-1 Wolves.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, where are you on here? What'd you say?
Said it could happen, but I think Newcastle need to bounce back after losing 5-1.
Yeah, true. I'm going to say... I'm going to go with a draw. However, if I do think someone will win, I do think it will be Newcastle due to being at home and like James just said there, they need to bounce back. So, yeah, big up Diego. He says, my prediction is 2-1 to Newcastle. Fair enough. If I didn't go 1-1, I'd have probably said that, to be fair. Right, next game. Like we said earlier, briefly touched on it. Everton will be taking on Manchester United. Now, boy, I've gone a little bit different here, but Awais, mate, how do you see this game going? Both teams, obviously, we know Everton have been poor. They're in a relegation battle. Man United, we know they got loads of problems at their club. You know what I mean? So, how do you see this one going, mate?
I see it be 1-1 this one. I see it be like a
1-1.
flat game.
I mean, that's
yeah,
not a bad shout.
That's not a bad
shout. Both teams been horrific. Oh, I nearly wrote yours in my bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, 1-1 is not a bad shout at all, mate. It's not a bad shout. I'm going to turn the tables. Now, people might be like, whoa, are you all right, Tyler? Have you been, I don't know, doing something you shouldn't be? You know what I mean? But I'm going to flip the table around, right? Everton 2, United 1.
That's what I love to hear that. That's what I love to hear.
Now, I don't care about any of these sides. You lot know that. But I just think the predicament United, like, I know Everton are obviously worse, where they are and that, but I think this is a game they could honestly win. I do.
Yeah.
I think, United, they just haven't been convincing at all. And, we've seen that the problem, is not Ollie. We've seen that for a while. Obviously, he was part of it, but he wasn't the main problem. Some of them players, they just got a mentality problem. Do you know what I mean? They think they're better than they are. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going with a 2-1 Everton. I'm not gonna lie. So that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. My prediction is Everton 2-2 Manchester United, but Everton needs to score first. CR7 is available. Yep, I totally agree with Everton needs to score first. Totally, but yeah, CR7 is available, but I must still go with it. I must still go with a 2-1 Everton, and I'm the first person.
They need to win this one.
Yeah, exactly.
With the run of games, it's the hardest left in the league. You've got to get something like this one.
Yeah, exactly. And I think them being at home is going to play a part with United's shaky form. Because I might be incorrect, but I don't think United do well when they go there. I don't think they do either.
Nah, they don't. They don't.
So yeah, that's why I'm going with that. But most likely, what people will say is a draw. Due to the predicament they're both in. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. Next game, oh god, another relegation battle. Even though I don't think Leeds will go down, I think players like Calvin Phillips, however you say his name. I think him coming back is really going to help him. Obviously, like I said earlier, is one of their best players, along with Bamford and Rafinha. Them sort of players last season, and they need that, especially if how exploited they've been at the back this season. They're taking on Watford, who I think are down. I'm not even saying it being biased. I honestly think they're down because I've said it plenty of times. Their problem is, I know you don't want similar players, but they've just got so many different players. Like, how can you have someone like Dennis and then have Sissoko?
Yeah, it doesn't work well, does it?
Basically, Sissoko's the guy. Because what it seems to be is Sissoko's the guy feeding them the balls. Pause. Do you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really, I just don't know. I honestly don't know. Big up Hayden. He says hi. And Diego's gone 1-0 Watford. I think Leeds come away here with a victory. I do. I do think it will be tight. Obviously, it's a relegation battle. But I think not Newcastle, sorry. When I say Newcastle, I think Leeds do it. I think they've got the better quality as well, even without Bamford, up front and that sort of thing. I do. Rafinha, I think he's going to cause this Watford defence havoc. So I'm going with a 2-1 to Leeds. What are you going with, mate?
I'll go 1-0 Leeds. They got to win this one. Surely they got to win this one.
Yeah. Especially also, you look at our last game went with Southampton. Like I said, it deserved to be a draw in my opinion with how the game went. But on paper, with Southampton's form, Leeds at home, they really needed to win that out of the remaining games. Was you going to say something?
If Watford want to stay in this league, they've got to get all 3 points here. If they don't win this game, they're down.
Yeah.
Norwich were down ages ago, but Watford seem to get points at the wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Definitely. Now, next game. Now, people are saying this could be a shock. And, you know, I definitely see why they say that. Obviously, James will be gassed with what I'm about to say. Obviously, the 4-1 loss to Brentford. And then even in midweek, you know, I know they're playing Real Madrid, but to lose that heavily at home and concede the goals in the manner they did, like 2 great headers by Benzema. Right. And, you know, like I say, he's a very disrespected striker, in my opinion. For me, he's probably Lewandowski than him, in my opinion. Some people even say Benzema top. Do you know what I mean? So, but boy, yeah, especially that 3rd goal. I don't know if you saw the game at all, but the way, what was Mendy doing? And that is what I'm saying about Mendy's distribution. Yeah, don't be out here comparing him to Alisson. Yeah, his shot stopping is brilliant, but boy,
You did it in our game as well.
exactly. You've seen plenty of times his distribution has been poor. So when people try to tell me all round he's going to be better than Alisson, Edison, nah, they've been doing it for years. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure if it's
Exactly.
true. Broja can't play this game.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Broja, as you heard there, cannot play this game. Chelsea, they need a response. Like I said, boy, with their last games, Southampton haven't been convincing ever since, you know, everyone was bigging up that record at home. They got a very good draw away at Ellen Road. I know Leeds ain't been great, but, you know, like I said on paper earlier, I'm going to, even though they've not been great, I am going to go with a Chelsea win here. I'm not going to lie. However, I do think it'll be a very tight game. I don't think it's going to be a walkover at all. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Chelsea. So, yeah. Oh, no, I've written the bloody wrong one. But, yeah, how do you see this game going, mate?
I'm going to sit on the fence here, go with 1-1. I think Chelsea's struggling.
Not bad shout. Yeah, as I said, St. Mary's, you know, they can definitely make it tough. You look at, you know, when they beat Liverpool, but there's just games like recently, like Newcastle. Like I know Newcastle will be good, but I expected South, because that was where the record ended, wasn't it? I expected Southampton to do better at home, and come on, the way they conceded them goals, you know, just giving away poor stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I'm saying for this one. And I was actually going to go for this. Diego's gone 1-0 Chelsea, last minute Chelsea goal. I wouldn't be surprised. We know Chelsea. I remember when Chelsea played Barnsley in the FA Cup a couple of seasons ago. Boy, they were lucky in that. And I think they got a late goal in that. It was near later on stages. And I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say that.
Chelsea needs to go back to their 3-back. It was working. I don't know why they changed it. As soon as they've gone back to the 4-back, they've lost 4-1 and 3-1 on the bounce.
True.
I don't know what was wrong with the 3-back and why they changed it, but they need to change it back.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Especially for this game, because with the way Southampton play, they play quite central. It's going to stop their attacks through the middle. Yeah,
no, very true. Very true. I was talking to a Chelsea fan, actually, and he was saying how, I don't know why they're just playing this back four all of a sudden. I mean, it's not working. And then they do it. So it don't work against Brentford. Then you do it against Real Madrid. What are you doing? But, yeah, I don't understand. But, yeah, next game, Arsenal taking on Brighton. Now, if Arsenal were to win a game, you know, to bounce back, this is a perfect game for them. You know, with how Brighton have been, you know, like I said earlier, even though this isn't at Brighton, they haven't scored at home since January. It's mad to think, you know, after the start they had. Arsenal at home, I think they win this, and I think it'll be one of them where Brighton will have a few chances, but I just think Arsenal will score the goals. Honestly, I think Arsenal, like I said, this is a perfect game to bounce back after that Palace game. So I'm going 2-0 Arsenal. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I'm going 2-0 Arsenal as well. I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like mentioned earlier, though, it is going to be tough without Tierney and Partey. Because boy, who are they going to go with in that midfield? It's probably going to be Xhaka and Lokonga,
Probably, yeah.
or it'll be
Odegaard, is he injured?
yeah, might be Odegaard. Yeah, it's a good shout.
Yeah. Then you could play Smith Rowe in the 10.
That's what I mean. That is what I mean. So it's not going to be easy. I just think with Brighton being quite poor at this moment in time, this is a perfect game for us at home as well. So yeah, that's what I'll say. I read that one. Ooh, 2-1 Brighton. End of the road for Arteta. Gee, well, I don't know with the Arsenal owners. You know what I mean? You know how they like to be, but if they lose this, that is pretty shocking with how Brighton have been. That's no disrespect to Brighton. That's just they just can't finish at this moment in time. But yeah, next game, the 5:30 game tomorrow. Villa taking on Tottenham. Now, like I said earlier, Villa have been Gerrard's having a bit of a down. Just send them on Instagram now. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Gerrard's having a bit of a downtime sort of thing. Like I said earlier, I thought Wolves won the game against them by just bossing that midfield. Coutinho was nowhere to be seen for once, except when he was on the ground. You know what I mean? Taking on Tottenham, who obviously rampant display against Newcastle. Newcastle United, you know what I mean? So the way I see this game going is I've seen a lot of 3-2 shouts, 3-2 Tottenham. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. I do see Tottenham coming out of Birmingham with the win. I'm not going to lie, my accents today, I don't even know why I'm doing this. But as for a score, I'm going to go 1-0 Tottenham. I think it's going to be that tight, honestly. But yeah, how do you see this one going?
I think it'll be 3-1 Tottenham. They could continue doing it. Yeah, I think 3-1.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with how Villa have been at the back.
Yeah.
Now, I just don't understand Mings as well. He's very similar to Maguire. He plays well for England, but bloody club. Awful. Like, there was a time...
Yeah, he's not been good, has he? He's not been good.
No, it might have been Trincao, possibly. Like, the ball got played over. Mings should be having that any day of the week. And he's lost out. Like, he was in front of it. And I don't know what happens with this Mings guy. I know a lot of Villa fans that, boy, they do not like how he has been.
Yeah.
But there you go. That is our predictions for that one. Now, moving on to the Sunday games. There's quite a lot of Sunday games, especially at 2 o'clock. I think it's like 3 or 4. Leicester taking on Palace. Now, despite, Leicester yesterday, you see them in Europe. Very surprised about that. 0-0 to PSV, I believe it was. I'm very surprised about that. Then again, Leicester don't overly do great in Europe. Palace, obviously, they'll be high flying. They'll be buzzing from that result against Arsenal. I actually see a Palace away win here. However, I do see it being very close. I think it's going to be a mad game. I do. I think it's going to be another 3 goals for Palace and 2 goals for Leicester. So 3-2 Palace. That's how I see this one. Because I also think, from what I can think of, it was like last season. Well, it would have been, obviously. I watched Leicester Palace away when it was away for Palace. And I think Palace might have got a result there. Or they played really well. It was 1-2, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Palace win, high flying, after that result. Obviously, you don't want to get too over carried away. Well, that's
definitely.
Just made that up. But, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to go with 3-2 Palace. I mean, it's going to be mental. So, yeah, how do you see this game going, mate?
I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. I think they'll just edge it, this one. Edge it.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. So, yeah, there you go. There's our predictions for that one.
When I watched Leicester away a few weeks ago, it was just incredible. They could just score from anywhere. Like, the 2 goals were chances out of nowhere. One was a silly free kick, but that one from Castagna, I was expecting him to cross it, and he's just shot it and it's gone straight to the top corner.
Yeah. All the goals in that game are mental.
Yeah.
Every single goal. Now, this game, boy, no one's going to be watching this. Like, no disrespect, unless you support the teams. That's not even no disrespect. All right, let's not lie now with the other 2:00 games. Norwich taking on Burnley. Now, boy, honestly, I don't even know. Like, I know Burnley got that win against Everton, which is obviously a massive win. Away at Norwich, I can only see this. Well, not only. I can see it's being a draw. I'm not even going to lie. I can see it being a terrible game. I'm going to go. I was going to go 0-0, but I'll give them goals. I'm going to go 1-1 draw. How do you see this one going, mate?
I'm going to go same as you, 1-1. Still on the fence here. I think it'll just be a dead rubber game. This.
Yeah. Even though it would be very good for Burnley if they were to win.
Yeah.
Not like their Norwich's game at Brighton, where they're just getting pressure piled on them and they're having to just defend the whole game. But I think Burnley will sneak one towards the end of the game.
Fair play.
1 or 2.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's I don't disagree.
Very good attack, Burnley.
If someone's going to win this game, I do think it will be Burnley. After that result as well.
Definitely.
And they've got the better quality. Do you know what I mean? Especially up front. So Diego says, got to bounce back to work up the Palace. No worries, mate. Thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. But yeah. Now, next game, James. Oh boy. West Ham. Oh, no. Why am I saying West Ham first? Away, mate. Brentford taking on West Ham. Now, if I'm correct, what was the score in the last game? 1-0?
2-1.
2-1.
Minute winner.
Wissa. Yeah, I know Wissa scored the winner. But yeah, Brentford got the win in the reverse fixture. Obviously, Brentford's last game, they'll be very gassed going into this one. Another London derby taking on West Ham, who obviously that Europe game, I don't know if any of you watched it yesterday, that referee, don't understand how he's a referee. He's actually been done for match fixing before.
Has he?
Yeah, and that Cresswell red card, at first I thought it was, but have you seen
the way he went down?
You've seen even that Dembele, the guy who went down, winked. Like, surely
I see that.
Like, boy, what is going on there? Obviously, West Ham's last league game, they got a win against Everton, which I expected. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for West Ham. We all know that. Obviously, Brentford will be very gassed, rightly so. And this game, honestly, I don't know. I'm not saying it because James is next to me. I actually don't have a clue how this game's going to go, honestly. Because like I said, the reverse fixture, Brentford won that.
I can't see West Ham putting out a full strength lineup considering the games that they've got
exactly
and after it and how close. I can't see,
especially now with that Europe game, it being 1-1 going away to France.
Lanzini's possibly out injured for them. I can definitely see Benrahma playing his return. But I think they'll just struggle to break down the defence because without Antonio and the form he's in, Antonio is nowhere to be seen on the pitch. And with the size of the defence that we've got and with Christian Eriksen in midfield, there's not many that have done it better than Eriksen in midfield in the Prem. And I can just see West Ham getting overloaded on the counter-attack. Because the only game we've lost since you've got Eriksen in, or that we deserve to lose, was Leicester. And that's because Eriksen was out for COVID. And I think if he was in that game, it would have been a completely different scoreline. Because without Eriksen, we're overloaded in midfields and we've just got 3 defensive midfielders and no one to really... Because Tony has to drop back to pick the ball up. But when he's up front, as you saw in the Chelsea game and the Burnley game, where he can just get in dangerous positions and bother defences.
Yeah.
And I think although I did say to you when the England squad came out that he should have been in it, but I don't think he's ready enough. But I do think before the end of next season, he should have had a call-up or so because he's a very good player.
Mm. Yeah, another thing you got to look at is another reason why, I won't literally say the guy's name, but why, I'm not saying Tony's done madness like that, but you know who I'm on about, is Southgate also, another thing I will give Southgate credit for is I think he saw something about that guy before, hence why he never got picked. Because, the thing with Tony as well is, I don't know, it's just this madness with the attitude, sort of disrespect. I think Southgate might look at that as well. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. But yeah, he is a quality player. I'm not saying he isn't. To even get that record he did last year. I know it's already been broken by Mitrovic, but that guy, boy, what does he do in the Prem? You know what I mean? When he comes in it,
3 goals last season.
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, this game, honestly, I'm gonna. Well, I don't know how you lot are gonna feel about this. I'm going with Desmond. Going with Desmond, mate. I'm with 2-2 draw. My first 2-2 draw of the weekend. I see it being a mad game. However, if someone does win, I do think it will be Brentford. I'm not saying that 'cause James is next to me. I do think that. But yeah, I'm going with 2-2. What do you think, mate?
I think it'd be 2-2 as well.
Oh, I think
2-2.
you're on mute. Oh no, sorry. 2-2,
Be
yeah?
2-2. Yeah, 2-2 this.
I can't see West Ham win, but I can't see us doing that well again. I can see it being either a 1-1 draw or a 1-0, 2-1 win. I can't see us getting many goals ahead of them. Just because of how inconsistently good they are, if you get what I mean. Like, sometimes they can play shocking in defence and still come out with a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
But sometimes they play really well and it's just everyone else lets them down and they end up losing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, it should be a good game. Should be a very good game anyway, especially if it being a London derby, like I said as well. Now, mate.
The big one.
Now. Well,
the big one.
My nerves actually starting to kick in, man. Not going to lie.
Same, man.
I think my nerves are a bit like how Pep's been recently in his press conferences. You know what I mean? He's always talking about us now. You notice that? He's always talking about us. But, boy, let's just talk about an overview before we do a combined 11 based on form and obviously players that are available. Boy, how are you feeling going into this one? Obviously, you got a good win, I would say, in midweek, especially if how Atletico can play. They can frustrate, and they played the first time I've ever seen it, mate. A 5-5-0 was the formation.
So they're so defensive.
They were, boy. I mean, no, Simeone can do that. Obviously, he loves to frustrate like that. And in a way, he is rightly to do it. I know that might sound a bit mad, but he is away at City. However, it is annoying. But you did get the result, and it's a decent result going into the away fixture. Obviously, Liverpool, a very high victory against Benfica. Now, I thought it'd be a lot closer. I thought it'd be similar to Inter Milan in the first leg. But we've got a 3-1 victory. Goals from Mane, Diaz. I can't remember who got the first goal. Oh, yeah, Kanate, brilliant header. It was. And Fabinho messed up his celebration, didn't he? Boy, jeez, you see that slide? Jeez.
Yeah.
That was mental. But Mane's goal obviously got played across to him. Open goal. He's not going to miss that. He's not Timo Werner. You know what I mean? And then obviously Diaz goal. Put it round the keeper, and it was brilliant. I love seeing the Benfica fans rage. That's quite funny. You see what Robertson come out and said when they threw the lighters at him. He's like, well, hopefully that means they stop smoking now. It's brilliant. But yeah, like I said, I was just very surprised with how comfortable we was. If I'm being honest, their goal, maybe Kanate should have done better. But other than that, I don't really think they overly phased us, which I was a bit surprised about. But yeah, we're both on the back of a win, even in the league. Both got 2-0 victories. Oh, boy, this is a title decider. I do think it is. Even though we might drop points after any of us, you never know.
Yeah,
it's a mental one. Now, I believe I might be wrong, but I think the last time, correct me if I am, if you know, the last time Liverpool beat City at the Etihad was the Champions League.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that's what I will say. I'm not saying, we won't win due to that. You look at Tottenham, even though Tottenham always do well against you lot. They went there, got a very good win. It is possible. Palace done it as well, 2-0 victory. Yeah. So it is possible. Anything's possible in football. But boy, it's an interesting one. Obviously, if Liverpool win, they go top. If City win, they stay top. If it's a draw, City stay top. So
Yeah, very
it's
interesting one.
madness. It is an absolute madness. But boy, this game is going to be mental. Absolutely mental. But yeah, I've just realised I do it every single time. I keep it on the same overlay. I need to change it to predictions when we get into the predictions. I do it every single time, mate. But yeah, let's get into the combined 11. So like I said, we'll do it based on form and obviously who's available. So yeah, bear with me a second while I just get it up. So yeah, we'll do a 4-3-3. That's what we both play anyway, so that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper. Are we going Alisson or Ederson? Now, what I will say is Ederson does get picked more for Brazil. However, I don't rate the Brazil manager.
It's got to be Alisson, hasn't it?
You know what I mean? He picks Casemiro. I mean, he picks Fred, sorry, even though he's done all right for United, over Casemiro and Fabinho. You know what I'm saying? Even Firmino over Jesus. Now, that one, you know, I understand people could say Rare Tete gets more goals, etc. But Firmino needs to play. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Alisson or Ederson, who are you going for? Now,
I'll go.
say your thoughts as well, because I've got mine.
I'll go Edison because he's improved at shot stopping and his kicking as well. His kicking is just magnificent as well. So
To be fair,
I have to
I
back
will
my
give you
keeper.
that. He has improved on his kicking. Shot stopping, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But what I will say about Alisson, he is the G when it comes to one-on-one. The amount of time, like I said to you earlier, he prevented us from going 1-0 down against Watford, and then we literally went on the counter-attack and scored. Champions League against Napoli, that save he done basically led us on to win 3 trophies. He's done it plenty of times. He's even confident. I know he sort of messed up the skill against Benfica player the other day, but see that little turn. Not a lot of keepers are doing that, are they? But I'm going to go with Alisson. And like I said, we've both both gone for different ones.
I think what Ederson is, he comes out so fast, like at the wrong time, and it's so easy to just go around and score a goal, and he does it too much. But you can have the same argument with Alisson. He makes mistakes when trying to pass out or run past players. He's been doing it since he joined Liverpool, and he's been getting stick for it. But I think he makes up for it in his ability to save shots.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying Ederson can't, but he's nowhere near the level of Alisson. Because Alisson could save every shot against him some games, but then some games he couldn't. But I can see Alisson's a lot more consistently good at shot stopping. Like Ederson will have one game where he saves everything, and then one game where he lets in 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Where he should have saved them, and he does it for Brazil as well. But I can't really see Ederson being better than Alisson.
Do you know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? Because we've got James here, right? If we don't agree on the same one, we'll see what he says as well.
Yeah.
That's fair, innit?
Because I see Ederson like Trent a bit. Like, you think of a goalie and you think of shot stopping.
Yeah.
And he's not as good as defenders the others, but he's significantly better at attacking. So I sort of compare the two in the argument, but I still have to say that Trent is the best right back in the league just because he can defend.
Yeah, he can.
It's not that he's the best defender, but he can defend. It's just you don't see it much because Liverpool don't need to defend half the time.
Exactly.
The only times that they need to defend is on the counter-attack where Trent's just whipped the ball out the other side of the pitch and he's nowhere near to be seen.
Literally. So, yeah, okay. So you're saying Alisson.
I'm saying Alisson, yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Alisson. Is that all right with you? 2 to 1?
Go on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like this will be tight. I'm not saying Ederson terrible. I just think Alisson, mate. I think Alisson. But we'll move on to right back now. Now, like James has said, you've got Trent. You've also got Kyle Walker, who I do rate very highly.
I think he's second best in the league. You can't say Reece James is better than Kyle Walker.
Oh, no chance. We know Cancelo can be on both sides, but I'd rather, if we are to put him in left back, maybe. But obviously, we'll get into that. But yeah, who are we going for here? Now, even though I do think Trent is, obviously up there for potentially being number 1, I don't actually mind if we do put Kyle Walker in because I do actually rate him very highly.
Yeah.
And he is more, obviously, I know, he's older than that, but he is more experienced as well. And if someone, say for instance, England, if someone's above Trent, the only player I want it to be is Kyle Walker at right back. I don't want it being Reece James. I don't want it being, I don't even know who else there is. I can't even think at this moment in time.
Baseko.
Well, he's not going to be nowhere near it. You know what I mean? He's going to be dashed out before he
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I honestly don't mind if we put Kyle Walker in this for right back. I'll be real. So
I think Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker.
Yeah, you're gonna go Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
I'll go with Kyle Walker. I
would have gone with Trent just because he's so consistent. He rarely has a bad game, but I do think Kyle Walker is up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Doesn't get enough recognition as he deserves.
100%. Totally agree with that. So 1-1 so far for each team players. But yeah, moving on to left back. Now, obviously, you've got Robertson. Brilliant player. The way he's developed from Hull City and just went up.
It's got to be obvious.
Cancelo, obviously, he's done bits in that left back role. A player that I wouldn't say you put him into this, but deserves to have a mention. Tsimikas has not put a foot wrong for Liverpool. I wouldn't put him in this, but he deserves credit where it's due. But yeah, I'm probably going to go Robertson here. However, I do think it is close. I just think Robertson's just class. He's just a brilliant player.
Are we talking about this season or overall?
Yeah, on form. Well, not even just on form.
On form, I'd say Cancelo has been better than Robertson this season.
Okay, I'll let you have Cancelo. However, what I will say, Robertson, he did have not an overly great start to the season, but he is still up there with assists, which is just madness. But yeah, there you go. All right, I'll let you have them. Now, centre-backs, obviously, we can't put Diaz in because, as in your Diaz, you know what I mean? My Diaz don't play on centre-back. You know what I mean? Obviously, we can't have Diaz because, obviously, it's been confirmed pretty much that he's going to be out. So, for me, it's got to be Van Dijk, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm trying to think of yours. Like, who do you usually play? Laporte?
Okay.
That's Stones. Laporte Stones.
Okay, I'm not even trying to take the mitt. I'm going Van Dijk and Matip.
I'd go Van Dijk and probably Konate.
I'd argue for Ake though, because when he steps up, he steps up. I don't know if they didn't have Diaz. I think he would be in the starting 11 by now because just when he brought into the
exactly.
team, very very well.
As I said earlier, he did have a very good game against Burnley. Obviously, at one off the line, and that is offside, but still, imagine if it wasn't. Like I said to you earlier, everyone would be talking about that. So it's definitely got to be Van Dijk or Matip. There's no question about that. Like a lot of Liverpool fans saying Matip's been better than Van Dijk this season. I don't disagree with that because obviously Van Dijk's come back from that ACL as well. You know how hard that can be to come back from that. And Matip, he's just shown his quality this season. Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely one of them two, if not both, in my opinion. And I like Ake, I do, especially the criticism he gets. But for me, he's the fourth choice, isn't he? Because you got Diaz, you got Laporte, and you got Stones.
He is the fourth choice.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Van Dijk and Matip.
I'd go Van Dijk and Konate.
Konate is not in for a shout. He is in for a shout, sorry. I don't know why the hell I said
good, but I think Konate plays better when he doesn't have Van Dijk next to him because because if it was Konate and Matip, Konate would be so much better than he plays with Van Dijk.
And plus, why have I done it like that? It ain't going to come up. Van Dijk and Matip. Why do I say it like that? Matip are the main choices for Liverpool's centre backs. Like they're the main partnership. Konate's still gelling into things, and I like the way we do it though. You know, we play Matip and Van Dijk in the league, and then Konate and Van Dijk mainly in the Champions League. So yeah, that is what I'm going to go with there. Now midfield, obviously will act like the furthest one back to CDM, even though it doesn't say it. Fabinho or Rodri? Now, it's very close. It's very close. But I honestly think Fabinho is up there, if not right now, the best CDM in the world. Because another thing you got to think of, I know they're penalties, but he's adding goals to his game as well. And look at Liverpool defensively, how teams can exploit us more when he's not in that CDM role. We all know when he's in it. It's just crazy how he just wins the ball so easily. So I'm going to go with Fabinho. Are you going to go with Rodri? I mean, Rodri's a class player. I'm not saying he isn't. But I just think Fabinho's got that little edge on him.
I think Fabinho, based on recent form, Fabinho.
Yeah, and there's also that. So yeah, there you go. We agree on that one. The legend, you want some chicken, lad. You know what I mean? Gosh. But yeah, midfield, straight up, I'm giving you De Bruyne. Oh,
Definitely, he has to be in there.
Not even lie now.
Are we going to class Foden as a midfielder? Because if we do, I'd put him in there.
Might put him attacking. To be fair, on the wing.
Any of the City front three getting ahead of the Liverpool. I think Liverpool got the best front three.
Let me just
behind PSG, the best front three.
Oh, you got to love it, and he comes up. Why is it not coming up, lads? Oh my days.
Tyler,
Well,
I
to
have
be
to
fair,
jump
I'm
in.
spelling it wrong, no.
We are.
I'll get him up. Don't worry about that. But there you go, I found him. And then other one, like James said, you know, Foden's in for a shout. Thiago, let's not forget that guy. I honestly, it's out of them. Let's straight up now. I think
as a midfielder, I'd say Thiago because he has that defensiveness in him.
Exactly, and
he's and gets back.
I know Foden's brilliant technically, but Thiago, boy, you seen the way he can control it like that and just ping the ball across the pitch?
Yeah, that's
a madness. So are we going with Thiago?
No, I'm gonna go with Bernardo Silva.
Oh yeah. How can we even forget him? How can we forget him?
He's been good on form as well.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still going Thiago. Bernardo Silva has been class this season. He's probably been one of the best City players, to be fair.
I'll go with
Thiago. Yeah.
Because of the range he's got.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think honestly he's better than Trent at Aston. And that's very hard to do.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know a lot of Liverpool fans that will agree with you on that, and I do. Now up front three.
Salah. It's got to be Salah.
Even with his form recently,
Salah's the best in the world. Even with how he's played recently.
Yeah, actually, he's that sort of guy that'll turn up and he score against City. So yeah, Salah. Obviously, your closest player is obviously at the right. I'd probably say Mahrez or Bernardo Silva.
I'm not just saying this because you're there.
Yeah, Morris, probably.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Now left wing, we can count Diaz there, Mane, Foden, Sterling. There's actually quite a lot here. It's quite a lot here, to be honest. Sterling's been really good. I can't lie. Mane, obviously, he's got a lot of confidence as well from obviously winning the AFCON and going to the World Cup with Senegal. Diaz, but we could put Diaz up front as well. the thing about Mane, actually, we could actually put him up front because he has been playing up front in a few of the last games for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Foden. Yeah, this one's tough. This one's tough because you've got a lot of options here.
Between Mane and Sterling.
Yeah.
Because Sterling's finally starting to show on club level.
Do you know what? I will give you Sterling if you agree on that.
Yeah, Sterling. Sterling has to be in there.
You look at last season, Sterling did barely anything for Man City. And he's been,
and the speculation about him potentially leaving as well, all that stuff.
How good he plays for England, he's finally starting to show it in the Prem.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now, up front, like I said, you've got Diaz, you've got Mane.
I think Jota.
It's got Jota.
It's got to be Jota.
It's got to be a Liverpool player, isn't
You
it?
look at the size of Jota, how he can beat these tall defenders in the air. It's incredible.
Very true.
Like, he did it against us. All of our front back three is 6'5" and taller. And
then you could also say Mane, like I said, due to the form. Diaz, the way he's gelled that quickly.
The fact
it's like he's been there.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't even speak the language and he's playing like this.
Exactly. See, like the Carabao Cup final, he was running riot. Honestly, I'm baffled. But yeah, this one, I'm going to go out of Jota and Diaz. Who would you go for out of them two? Or would you go Mane?
I'd go with Jota. I did Jota.
Jota? I mean...
When you signed him for Wolves, I thought, why are you spending so much money on someone like him? And then in the past few months even, you've just seen how well he can play and how well he adapts to different tactics that you make.
I will go Jota because Diaz is more left sort of player that he can play up front. And like you said, about how deadly he's been in the air. Who are you? No, I used to do that all the time. It used to come up. Oh, now it does. What the hell's gone on there? But yeah, there you go. That is the combined 11 based on form before people start crying. You know what I mean? God. Alisson, we went for in goal. Kyle Walker. Now, it's close between him and Trent, obviously, but we've gone with him. Matip, Van Dijk at the back. We're also basing it on people that are injured. That is why Diaz is not there. Otherwise, it'd probably be Van Dijk and Diaz. Cancelo, left backs, close between him and Robertson. Fabinho, it's close between him and Rodri. Thiago as the on the left side. De Bruyne on the right. It don't really matter between them. Sterling on the left. Salah on the right. Jota through the middle. So, yeah, there you go. There's the combined 11 based on form. Now, mate, it's that time. And by the way, I probably will do a watch along to this. See Luton are playing on the Monday. I'm going to that Monday night away up north. Lovely. Against Huddersfield as well. During to Peterborough.
Nice, man.
But anyway, how are we feeling, mate? Do you think you're going to get the job done? Now, a lot of people I've spoke to, more people are going for Manchester City. Some of the predictions, though, boy, they're going with a heavy Man City win. Are you the same?
No, I'm going.
Team, or you think it's going to go another way?
I'm going 2-2. I can see this being Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't choose between two. I think it'd be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, City will be happy at the draw a lot more than us because
definitely.
Now, me, like I said, we haven't beat you lot at your ground since the Champions League, I believe. However, it can be broken. You know, I think Liverpool were the more feel-good factor, sort of, out of the two sides. I'll be real. You know, like I said earlier, Pep's always mentioning us at the moment. Like, what's going on with that? I think we're in his head. You know what I mean? But now, saying all that, jokes aside, I think it's going to be a draw. I also think it's going to be a draw. I'm not going with a 2-2, though. I'm going with a lower. I'm going with a 1-1. So, yeah, it's going to be really tough. Oh, he's gone. I don't know where he's gone, but yeah, like I was going to say, it's going to be really tough. We all know that. The good thing about Liverpool and City, you know, they don't sit back as well. Both go forward, and it's going to be a mental game. But I remember watching a lot of games recently between us at their ground, and it's been a draw. You look at the reverse fixture, brilliant game that was. Brilliant draw that was. A bit gutting from a Liverpool perspective. Obviously, Matip got unlucky on their own goal. But, deflected. But, yeah, I'm going to go with another draw. And I think we're going to be, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to be the more frustrated side. So, there you go. That is what I've got to say about that one. But, excuse me, I'm going to wrap it up here. I think this has been one of the longest Premier League predictions. But, obviously, we had Awais on. So, obviously, we've got his main team, Manchester City, taking on my second team, Liverpool. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But there you go. Shout out James with his little bit of a cameo as well. You know what I'm saying? Appearing on it. But, yeah, people, I'm going to wrap it up here. I might potentially do a watch-along tomorrow. I keep spitting all over the gaff by accident. But, yeah, I might potentially do a watch-along tomorrow. I'm not too sure because... I want to do something. Obviously, Luton don't play till Monday. Liverpool not till Sunday. So, yeah, I might do like a little poll thing. But, yeah, if not, I'll be back on Sunday with a watch-along to this game. And also, the Hatter Show will be on Sunday. And, yeah, it's going to be a good one, the Hatter Show. We've got something planned for that. So, there you go. Keep your eyes out on that. But, yeah, Awais, if you want to follow him across any of his social medias. He don't have a YouTube channel, but let me just get up his thing real quick. So his thing is AH.7H_. So if you're going to check him out, there he is on that. And you can tell it's him because he's got a Man City player on it. So, yeah, there you go. But, yeah, that is it. So don't forget to smash a like on the stream bell as well. It'd be much appreciated. Subscribe to my other channel, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description. Turn on notifications and all of that for that as well, so you don't miss anything. And, yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my social medias, link to them are also in the description. Thanks, Awais, for coming on, mate. And, yeah, thanks, James, for having a little cameo, mate. And, yeah, hopefully the Reds get a win. But I just think we're going to be unfortunate. However, like I said earlier, City can still drop points at some point. So there you go. But yeah, guys, until possibly tomorrow, if not definitely Sunday, I'll see you lot in a bit. So take care.